to quote the Stanley Kubrick movie, The Shining, here's Johnny. Right, buddy? This is Johnny. That's his full name. Legal name, Johnny. Stacy's legal name is Stacy from Humane Society. Look at Johnny. Look, you brought a black dog on Halloween. I love it.
Yeah.
It's very appropriate. Johnny is how old?
He's 2 months old.
Whoa!
And he's about 20 pounds already.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be a big, big boy.
He is. That's why it's like good you brought him in when you can, so we can still pick him up.
Yes.
He's a little hot box. He's wonderful though. He's adorable. And well, speaking of Halloween, last week we talked a little bit about costumes, and as much as we all love Instagram, I bet nobody hates Instagram more than pets. Because they're like, whatever this stupid thing is, I have to stand in one spot and tolerate this horribleness. But we talk about, like, if you're going to put a costume on a dog, give it, 30 seconds, see if they're comfortable with it. If they aren't, get your picture, get it out of the way, get it off them, and realize you probably just wasted a couple bucks. All right, but the other thing about Halloween, and this is sort of if you have kids or not, and we have one, and we have a dog, there's a very unique part of time, which is right after trick-or-treating, whenever it is in your neighborhood. Don't let your kid throw their candy on the floor or couch when you have a dog, okay? Because dogs, much like children, have no regard for numbers of candies that can be eaten in a short amount of time.
Yes.
So I don't know, do you think that is a big thing with vets getting emergency calls? Probably.
I don't know what the vet clinics or emergency vets might see on Halloween, but that is, besides putting your pet in a costume that's not restrictive in any way, that's the number one thing, is just make sure that they're not getting into candy.
Yeah.
Everyone knows chocolate isn't good for dogs. The darker the chocolate, the worse it is for the dog.
That I didn't know.
And, all those sweets and sugars and everything in candy is just not good for dogs. You can get anything from upset tummy to, worse, way worse. So it can be a range of symptoms if they get into candy. If they do, you just call your vet, call the emergency clinic, let them know what they ate, how long ago they ate it, make sure that they're going to be okay. And and also if you take your dog trick-or-treating, some people like to walk their dog when their kiddos are going around the neighborhood. Just make sure that they're not getting into any treats then.
And they all drop in the ground and things like that.
Exactly. Just be aware of where that candy is. And just be aware if your dog is, instead of putting your dog in a costume, some dogs are afraid of costumes.
That's true.
So all the masks and the lights and noises that costumes can be, dogs can get really nervous around those things. It is a lot to take in. So if they're a little nervous around that, just make sure that you leave them safely inside. That way they won't get scared. And if you're staying home and handing out candy, watch the door, because they can DoorDash. They can get out very
and be
quickly.
Reactive to people coming to the door.
Exactly.
It's kind of a good and a bad time. Our dog's a little reactive when people are at the door, so it's a good time to train them. I know it's weird, but like you can't go give them a treat every time the door knocks. Otherwise, they're gonna be like they'll weigh like 40 pounds at the end of trick or treat. But it is kind of a good time to maybe put them in another room.
Yeah, safely in another room might be a good idea. If they have a crate that they like, you can put them in the crate during that trick or treat time. And just be aware that it can be overwhelming for pets during Halloween.
Look how big his ears are.
They are. Yeah, Johnny, he's so sweet. He is neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped, just like all the dogs at WHS.
Which campus is he at?
He's at our Ozaki campus with his sister Paulette.
Oh, Johnny and Paulette.
She looks very similar. She does have some white markings on her belly and her chest, so they're very sweet.
He's only 2 months old, guys. 2 months. Look at him. He's a good boy, though. Look. So, yeah, definitely hit up wihumane.org. Also, speaking of Halloween, on Halloween, the Milwaukee campus has a puppy enrichment class at 7 o'clock. Again, you can check it all on the calendar. But speaking of puppies, I don't know if Johnny needs any more enrichment. He's pretty chill. He's good. I don't think he needs any more classes. Just needs a home. That's all.
He does. He needs a home.
That's all.
Our puppy enrichment classes are great. You drop your puppy off, they get some socialization, some playtime. We have our behaviorists there so they can help maybe teach them a couple things while they're there, and
it's a who's who. I've done it on the Milwaukee campus. We brought our puppy when he was a puppy there.
Yeah.
And it's really fun because there are any varieties of puppies. And it's just, at some point, there's just like 8 of them chasing each other around in a circle.
Right.
And you just kind of sit back, and at first you're like, oh, is it going to be okay? Then after a while you go, oh, they're going to be fine. Yeah. They're going to be fine. Everybody's going to be all right.
Yes.
So, yeah, I will tell you firsthand that puppy enrichment class is very fun for everybody. And then you have just a wiped out puppy on the drive home. And
that's the perk.
Naps for like 4 hours.
Yes.
It's great. Big thank you to Wild Subaru for hosting it. And other cool stuff. Johnny, look at this. What do you make of this? I know. What do you think? Is it your style? I feel like you're a truck dog for some reason, rather than maybe an SUV.
I could see it.
You see, like, especially down the line, you're going to be a truck dog, right? But don't keep your head out the window. That's very dangerous. I'm worried about you, Johnny. I'm worried about you. Somebody make sure Johnny finds a home. Adopt him soon. Because look. He's there. Oh, there we go. There's your heads up, buddy.
He might be a little bit shy in new situations, but give him a little patience. He'll come around.
Look how handsome he is. Johnny, look how good looking you are. Ears flopping in the wind. He's a good looking boy. wihumane.org. You can see more pictures of him. Or his sister, Paulette.
Mm-hmm.
Again, as always, you can change the name if you want. But look, does he not look like a Johnny? Johnny. He's good. Thank you, Stacey.
You're welcome.